We'll talk later. Peace out, man. Bye-bye. I'm ready. Okay. Hello. Good evening. Is this Mike Sargent?
This is Mike Sargent.
Hello, Mike Sargent. Well,
Hello,
good.
Byron Saunders. How are you?
Well, I'm great, my friend.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds.
All right.
4,
We'll be back in a second.
3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
Are you ready for this? Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Come on.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's Wednesday, November 13th, 2013, and welcome to the BCS Experience. History, arts, culture, and politics in review and discussion. I'm Byron C. Saunders, your host with the most. The BCS Experience takes a look at our rich history, African American history. We're going to share with you some known and unknown historical facts and information from the past, and connect the dots on how they have impacted on our present-day events and how they will definitely shape our future as African Americans in this country and around the world. The BCS Experience, history, arts, culture, politics in review and discussion. This is Internet Radio and will be aired live every Wednesday from 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. from the studios of the BW Moving Images on the GoPro Radio Network. You know, I'm really excited about this opportunity to talk to you all across the country and around the globe. You know, I want you to tune in every week on your computer and on your phone. I want you to become a loyal listener, and I personally invite you to lend your voice to this radio talk show to express your opinions on my weekly topics. This is social network radio at its finest. Now here's the number for you to call in to be a part of the discussion. Call 347-884-9839. Once again, that number to call is 347-884-9839. This week's topic, oh my goodness, 12 Years a Slave, The Butler, 42, the Jackie Robinson story, DJango Unchained, Belle, and The Help, and films about African Americans. You know, we need to talk about these films and their message. Have you seen them yet? Did you like what you saw? And of course, what is your opinion? My show is the New Underground Railroad. Next stop is your neighborhood. All aboard to freedom and Freedom Land. But before we meet my guests, my special featured call-in guest tonight, a little bit of history. Let's go back in time. The date. It's Wednesday. It's January the 2nd, the year 1884. And on this date, we recall the birth of Oscar Micheaux in 1884. He was an African-American novelist, businessman, and pioneer filmmaker, and was best known for his dramatic movies about African-American life. He was born near Murfreesboro, Illinois, and at the age of 17, Micheaux traveled to Chicago, where he worked as a shoeshine boy and Pullman porter. In 1904, he bought a homestead in South Dakota, where the frontier environment gave him a generous amount of material for several of his most important books and movies. Micheaux's first creative work was the 1913 novel The Conquest, the story of a Negro pioneer. Micheaux's first film, The Homesteader, in 1919, came from his second novel and was a product of his business. the Michaud Book and Film Company. He went on to produce, write, and direct more than 30 films over the next 3 decades. Eventually, branch offices of his company opened in New York and Chicago. Now, the first African-American feature-length movie in which sound was used was The Exile, and that was a 1931 Michaud creation. The budgets for Michaud's many films came from the director's own entrepreneurial efforts. He personally transported prints from town to town, sometimes for a single showing, and edited his movies on the road. His works portrayed the struggles of individuals against prejudice within the black community, as well as in opposition to racism. Michaud returned to writing novels in the last decade of his life. A retelling of his pioneer memoirs appeared in the 1944 film The Wind from Nowhere. Oscar Michaud died in 1951. Whoa, oh my goodness, what an amazing history, and look how far we have come since that time. 2013, we got some serious movies on the screen this year and upcoming, I understand. Anyway, I want to hear from you. You can join in on the conversation. Call 347-884-9839. So now let's connect the dots and make sense out of it all. Tonight, I have a very special guest joining me as my featured call-in guest, none other than New York City film critic Mike Sargent and playwright, screenwriter, or hopefully he'll call in later, Bill Lee. And we're going to talk about these films and the impact on us as African Americans and the entertainment industry. Good evening, Mike. Welcome to the BCS experience.
Good evening, Byron.
I should say welcome back. You are you're a frequent
flyer.
flyer.
Me on your show.
Well, hey, you are the New York City film critic that I depend upon to know what the world is out there doing, and of course your opinion is on several stations, on BAI, and you're now on TV as well. But Mike, let's talk about some of these films that we have that are impacting. I've seen everything but Belle. Have you seen Belle yet?
No, I've yet to see Belle, and I've yet to see Black Nativity.
Okay, those are the next two that are about to hit. We'll come to Black Nativity in a few minutes, but let's go right to the one that's got everybody sitting on the edge of their seats, 12 Years a Slave. What did you think?
Well, a couple things I have to say, Byron.
Yes, sir.
If we're going to have a conversation about black film.
Sure.
And I want you to be able to acknowledge it hasn't been since, I believe it was 1991, that this wealth of films about the black experience, especially the